because it had shut off. Okay, so we had some notices and wonders. So I'm just gonna let's look at this card right now. Can you find a similar card in your stack?
Found it.
Okay, you found it. How many of those shapes are on that card? How many stars or snowflakes are on this card?
You know?
In all of it, all together. Okay, what do you guys think? How many stars or snowflakes are on the whole card? Richard, what do you think?
95.
95? What do you think?
I think 100.
100? Why do you think 95, Richard?
Wait, no, I think it's 90.
Why do you think 90?
Because I counted, because you know the quarter, it's worth 25 cents, and you have 4 of them, and you count them each.
Okay, so you've noticed that each one of these little quadrants has how many shapes in it?
25.
25, and you related that with a quarter, right? Because you know that a quarter is 25 cents. Did you make that same observation when you counted out your, when you looked at your shapes?
When I looked at them, that I knew that I counted this whole square, like
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, there was 25 there, so then I counted on from 25 until I got to this row.
Okay. So you've noticed that the same noticing Richard had, that each one of these little quadrants has 25.
Mhm.
Okay, so are all the quadrants the same?
Yes.
For this particular card, they're all the same. So we have 25, 25, 25, 25. What do you notice if you look across the whole card? How many stars or snowflakes are there?
10.
There's 10. And how many rows or columns are there?
10.
There's 10. So how many stars are on there?
100.
100. So we can kind of look at it in two different ways. We can look at it as an array of 10 by 10, or we can look at it as 4 separate arrays of 25 and 5 by 5, right? Okay, so that's 100. And how many different full cards do we have in our stacks? So we've got some here. Oh, that one's not a full one. Let's see. Okay, I found some full ones. Did you find any more full ones? Okay, so on all of the full cards together, what's the number we can make?
400.
400, because there's 100 on each one of these cards, right? All right, now look at the other cards. What do you notice about these other cards?
They're all different and they don't have hole.
They're not complete, are they?
Yeah.
So if we needed to find out how many stars or snowflakes were on these incomplete cards, what could we do? What can we do, Chelsea?
Maybe we can probably count them from the sides and from the top, like
Oh.
you said.
What do you call that when you have some that are all structured like this in rows and columns? What do we call that? Do you know, Richard? What do we call this when it's structured like this? It starts with an A. It's an array, right?
Yeah.
They're all organized in arrays. So what do we know about the full cards? We saw that each full quadrant had 25, and we saw that each row and column had how many?
10.
10. So what's the value of this card here?
1.
Not
I
1.
mean, 10.
10, because it has one row of 10 stars. Which one of these cards would represent 30?
This one.
How do you know that one's 30?
Cause there's three rows of 10.
Okay. Which one of these cards represents 90?
Oh, this one.
Why is that one 90?
It's because if you see the bottom, it's not all filled in.
Okay. So when you were figuring that out, did you count each one of the stars, or did you think, I know a whole card is 100 and one row less would be 90?
Yes.
Okay. Which one of these cards represents 50, Chelsea?
This one?
50? Why don't you check? Was that it? No, that one was how much?
60.
Well, let's double check. Let's see, we have 10 in a row, right? So one row is 10, 2 rows is 20, 3 rows is 30. So if that one's 30, which one is 50?
This one.
How do you know that one's 50?
Because the first column would be 10, and the second 20, 30, 40, 50.
Okay. Richard, do you agree that this one here represents 50?
Yes.
How do you know it's 50?
Cause there's only half.
Oh. So explain to me why that's important for this card.
Okay. This is 100, right?
Uh-huh.
And
That one's 100.
and then if you take away, it's 50.
Oh, so you know that half of 100 is 50, right?
Yeah, because 100 minus 50 equals 50.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, are you ready to play a game now? We're gonna do a practice round.
Okay.
All right, look, I brought my spinners this time and they're already made. Now, I know, nice, and they spin really good. I have made this board, but I have a wondering. I have a spinner for 100, and I have cards that have 100, and I have a spinner for 10s, and I have cards that have 10s, but I also have a spinner for 1s, but I don't have cards for 1s. What can I do to make 1s when I'm gonna make my number?
Maybe add another card with it.
Nope. That's what our dry erase marker's for. So we'll draw our 1s in. So for example, if I spin 10 and 7, I'm gonna take my 10 and go, okay, I need 7 more. So I'm gonna add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? You see how I did that? Okay. So let's do a practice round before we play the game. Okay? Chelsea, why don't you spin the yellow one? Richard, why don't you spin the black one, the 10s, and I will spin the 1s. Go ahead.
Ow.
Okay?
40. 200.
And 9. So can you build, what number are we going to build?
249.
249. Can you build that with your cards? So show me how you're going to build that, Chelsea. Okay, so that one has 10 on it. Which one do you think has 40 on it?
This one.
Okay, perfect. And then how are you going to add your 9 in? How are you going to add your 9 in? Okay, so let's see, if I built 249, I would put out 2 of my 100 cards, 100, 200, and then I need to find my 40. Let's see. I know that this one's 50 because it has half of the card filled up. And 40 is 110 less than 50. So I want to find a card that has 1 row less than 50. Let's see. Ooh, this one has 1 row more than 50. So what would that be?
60.
60. So it's not that one. This one hardly has any on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's one. It has 1 row less than 50. So let's see. We have 100, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240. And how am I going to find my 9?
To put 9 dots.
9 dots. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dots. So that's 249. Did you get the same thing?
Mhm.
How about you, Richard? Did you get the same thing?
I did.
Oh, you picked the wrong 10? Okay. You picked this one. How do you know that that's the right one now?
It's because
Okay, perfect. Should we try another one?
Mhm.
Okay, so erase your ones. Get your cards out. Here we go. Let's shift it this time. So I'm going to do the hundreds. You're going to do the tens. And Richard, you're going to spin for ones, okay?
okay.
Okay. Whoops, that was not a good spin. That was not a good spin either. There we go. All right, we're going to build 300. Chelsea, your turn. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's kind of, is it on the 70? Yeah.
Yeah.
370. Perfect. 78. 378. How can you do that? Okay. Okay, let's see. How did we do? Let's check our answers. Chelsea, can you explain how, oh wait, you explained first, no, I explained first last time. Richard, can you explain how you picked 378?
Okay. So I see extra 2. I see extra 2 on the stars, and then I knew that was 70.
Okay.
And then I added 8 dots, and then that equals 78. And
Okay.
then I added 3 100s.
Okay, so you started by finding the 10 you wanted, you added the ones, and then you added in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Perfect.
378.
All right, Chelsea, how does your answer match Richard's answer?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you figure out 378?
Because I knew that it was 300, so I put 3 whole, so I put 3, because I knew if one was 100, and if I put 2 more, it would equal 300.
Okay.
And I knew that half of 100 was 50, so then I counted from 50, 60, 70, and then and then I added the 8 dots and it equaled 378.
And I did exactly what you did, Chelsea. I got my hundreds out first. I said 100, 200, 300. And then I found my 70 card and I thought about it the same way that both of you did. I saw that half of it was 50 and then I added on 2 rows of 10, 60, 70, and then I drew in my 8 dots for ones. Okay, should we do one more practice?
Yeah.
Okay, let's, shifting the spinners. Okay, Richard, you're gonna spin for hundreds.
Okay.
200. Okay, oh, 50. 252. Okay, so Chelsea, I want you to go ahead and share this time first.
Okay, so what I did is that I knew that I knew that there was one of them would all of the total would be 100. So then if I add another one, it would be 200. And then if that half of 100 is 50, and then I add 2 more to make it 252.
Okay, Richard, what'd you do?
So I got it 200 of a full, and then I founded half of a 50, and then I added two more dots.
Okay. Okay, are we ready to play compare and combine?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm gonna give each of you a spinner. So here's your spinners. And here is your compare and combine chart. And then we will, go ahead, Chelsea, put your name under snowflakes. Richard, put your name under stars. And then we'll go from there. All right. Okay. So first step, you're both going to spin and build your number here on your side of either snowflakes or stars. So go ahead and spin.
Looks like I'm half or something.
Oh, is it on the line?
Yes.
So you can spin again. So what number are you going to build, Chelsea?
463.
Okay, go ahead. You can build it right here.
It's on the 30.
Okay. Okay, so what number are you going to build, Richard?
430.
Okay, how come you're not building any ones?
Because it just landed on the 0.
Oh, so when you spun, there was 0 ones. Gotcha. Remember to put them over here, Richard, when you've got them built, okay? How do you know that that one's 60?
Because 2 squares is 50, so then, well, I counted 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and there's one more, so I counted it 60.
Okay, perfect. And then do you have any ones you need to add in? Okay. So let's see, do we all agree that these are, explain to us your number, Chelsea, and how you decided to put down these cards.
My number was 463. So then that one full square was 100. So then I put 3 more to make it 400. So then I counted each snowflake that two squares is 50. So then I counted the last one, it equals 60, and I had 3 ones, so then I put 3 ones.
Okay, and Richard, what was your number?
430.
And explain to us what you put down on the board.
I put it down. I got it 400, and then I got it 30.
And you have an interesting situation here because you didn't draw in any ones. Why didn't you draw in any ones?
It's because it landed on the 0.
So according to your spinner, how many ones do you have in your number?
0.
0. So in here, I want you to write down the number that you had for. Okay, so Richard's got 400.
Oh.
Oh, nice catch. How come you decided to erase that 0?
You almost put it in reverse. Or backwards.
You flipped them in your head?
Yes.
Okay. So my next question to you, looking at the chart here, are there more stars or snowflakes?
Snowflakes.
How do you know there's more snowflakes?
Because there are 463 snowflakes.
Okay.
And if you add 3 plus 60 equals 63. And if you add 63 plus 400 equals 463.
Okay. You know how I thought about it? I saw that these ones were the same, and these ones were the same, and these ones were the same, and these ones were the same. And then I thought to myself, well, I have 10, 20, 30 on the 10 stars, 30 stars. So how many more snowflakes did we have than stars?
63.
Well, let's see. Is this 63, Richard? What's left that I didn't mark out in with a marker?
That's not 63.
How is that not 63?
Because you crossed out the other 3.
The other, is that 3 or is that 30?
That's 30.
That's 30. I crossed out 3 groups of 10. So what's left?
33.
33. So there was 33 more snowflakes than there were stars. Okay, are we ready to spin again? Okay, go for it. Let me clean off this one for you. There you go. So spin again, spin and build. Okay, what number did you get this time, Chelsea?
Yeah.
479.
479. Can you build that?
Mhm.
And what'd you get, Richard?
223.
223, and 479.
I definitely know she has more.
How do you know?
Because she has 400 and she has 70 and 9.
Okay. So all of the digits in her number are bigger than the digits in your number?
Yes.
Okay, we build it out. Oh, Chelsea, I have a question. You knew that one was 70 right away. How did you know it was 70?
Because if I would count the first row, it would be 10, and then second 20, then third 40, 50, and then there's two more at the bottom, and then 50 plus 20 would equal 70. So then I add, so I'm going to add 9 ones.
Okay. 9 ones, or you added, oh, you've added 3. Okay, Richard, how do you know that this is 223?
100 plus 100 equals 200, and then 20 plus 9 equals 29.
Well, you have 23.
Oh, that's, oh wait, what?
Oh.
Guys, it kind of looks like it's a 9.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because it's all covered.
Okay, so this time I want us to combine the stars and the snowflakes. So how many stars and snowflakes do we have all together? First of all, what operation is that if we're going to put them all together?
Addition.
We're adding them. Okay, so how many do we have? How many do we have, Richard? What should we do to start?
I have 230 and 20 and 23.
Okay, and she has 479. But what should be our first step in figuring out how much we have all together? Can we take these ones and put them all down here?
Mm-hmm.
How many hundreds do we have?
4 and 2.
400 snowflakes and 200 stars. So how many is that?
200? I know.
Let's count them out.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600.
600, okay? And we have 70 snowflakes and 20 stars. So how many is that gonna be? How could we figure that out? How could we count that?
So these two are 102?
How do you know?
Because I knew there was, like, if I didn't have the blue dots, then I would count, and the orange dots, I would count 70 and count 2 more, which equaled 90.
Okay.
And so then I would 90, and then I count 12 more. And so I knew 90 plus 12 equals 102. And then I counted this so that it would equal 1.
We had 700 here, and we had 102 here. I mean 600 here and 102 here. So 600 and 100 is how much?
600 and 100 is... It's 610.
It's 702.
Oh.
Okay, we are all done. Can you help me pick up make sure your little cards get erased. All right, perfection. And can you put a clip back on your cards?
Mm-hmm.